Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Favor here, and today I've just come to show you the quickest and easiest way to make your meat pies, alright? So I'd like you to try out this recipe and tell me what you think, alright? So I prefer to beat my butter so that it will be easier for me to work in my flour. So now I'm going to add my flour and sprinkle some salt, or you can use a teaspoon of salt depending on the quantity of your flour. Then I'm going to start working in my flour into my butter until I get the desired result, which is it will appear like a crumb, and then I'm going to start adding my water. So add extra butter if need be, but it is supposed to look like this with some particles of butter. Then I'm gonna add my water right now and start mixing it to make my dough. So I continue to mix it, adding extra water each step along the way as required until I've achieved the texture of the dough I need. Okay, just like that. Once I have my dough, I'm gonna seal it off and set it apart in the fridge or somewhere cool for the next few minutes. I'm gonna seal it off like I said and set it apart and immediately start making my sauce for the filling of my pie. So firstly, I'll just place the pot on fire, add some oil. Once heated, I'll add my onions and then my grounded pepper. If you don't have a grounded fresh pepper, you can just use your dry pepper, black pepper, any type of pepper you have, okay, just to add that spicy taste. I'm gonna allow that to fry for 2 minutes. Then I'm gonna go ahead to add my grounded beef. I'll allow this to cook for at least 5 minutes, or when the reddish color begins to turn somewhat brown, then it's a sign that it's getting cooked, just like this. I'm gonna go ahead to add my seasoning cubes and my seasoning powder, and I also have some ginger and garlic powder with my salt. So I'm gonna go ahead to add those and stir it properly so that the meat can absorb everything. You see how yummy that looks? So now I'm gonna go ahead to add my Irish potatoes, which are already chopped. A minute after that, I'm gonna add my chopped carrot. I'm gonna stir everything together properly until it is well mixed. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of water, like half cup of water, to allow everything cook properly. So I'm gonna cover it for a minute while I mix my thickener. So I'm gonna use plain flour and mix it with water. Some prefer to put it like plain flour, but I prefer to dissolve my own in water so it doesn't form lump in my sauce. So I'm gonna add my thickener, stir everything together, cover it for 2 minutes and allow it to thicken my sauce. So after 2 minutes, as you can see, my sauce is thickened. Take a look at that. I'm just gonna allow it to cool for some minutes. At that point, you will see how well thickened the sauce will look. So I'm just gonna take it down and allow it to cool for a few minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead to prepare my pan. Some people prefer to use their baking sheet and their pan, but I prefer to go old school. Okay, I prefer to use my butter to coat the pan so that it doesn't get sticky and the meat pie doesn't burn while it is baking. Okay, so immediately after this, I'm gonna prepare my base, okay, with my dough. So I'm gonna cut out some dough and start rolling it with my rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, you can just use any clean bottle close to you. I'm gonna flatten everything out, and I'm gonna use anything with a circular surface to cut out the base. I'm using a plate. You can use anything, maybe a cover of a pot or anything with a circular surface. So now I've cut out the base of my dough in a circular motion so that it will be easier to cover. I'm going to put the filling right in the middle of the base. I'm gonna go ahead to close that up. Now I'm gonna go ahead to seal it up with a fork. giving it that meat pie design or meat pie look. Even though there are machines that do that now, I still prefer to go old school. I'm gonna place that into the pan. At this point, my oven is preheating, so this is what it looks like. I'm gonna coat the top with egg. Okay, it's the egg yolk that gives it that brownish look it has, okay, after baking. So this is a very, very important step. You're gonna coat every single one of them. This is what it looks like. So right now I'm gonna place it in the preheated oven at 150 to 170 degrees centigrade. I'm gonna bake it for at least 30 minutes until it turns brown. So this is what it looks like. You can enjoy it with a cold drink, or you can just eat it like that with water. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Bye bye.